Hello everyone, my name is Shambhavi. Hope you all are doing well. So basically in the previous video we had discussed about the student state distribution, right? We had seen that what is student state distribution, what are the properties onto that, and basically many things we had seen. Let me quickly give you a quick revision of the same which we had discussed in the previous video. So here we are. So we had discussed about that the student state distribution is any number basically it is any member of a family of continuous probability distribution that arise when estimating the mean of a normally distribution population. Right, this was the thing that I told you regarding the student state distribution. After that we had discussed several things about it, and the properties which we had discussed was a graph of the student state distribution is similar to the standard normal curve. Right, second property was the mean for the student state distribution is 0 and the distribution is symmetric about 0. And even we had discussed about the shape of the graph for the student state distribution, right? So these were the things that we had discussed today. Now today basically we'll be dealing with one question, we'll be seeing one question regarding the same. Okay, so here is my question that I have. Fine. So my question says to you, just read out this question very carefully, okay? It says me to suppose you do a study of acupuncture to determine how effective it is in relieving pain. Okay. You measure sensory rates for 15 subjects with the results given below. Use the sample data to construct a 95% confidence interval for the mean sensory rate for the population from which you took the data. So this is the data downside which we are given for the values. This is the data. Okay. Now basically it is asking me to use the sample data and construct a 95% confidence interval for the mean sensory rate for the population from which you look the data. Now, basically, what it is actually firstly asking me to solve out. So I will just write here as, okay, so let me close it. I will just write here as solution. Okay, solution. It is basically asking me, I will just write that thing even here as well. It is asking me to find the CI, that is confidence interval. So for finding out the confidence interval, what will be you will be needing basically. So I would just write here, you need the, you basically need the sample mean and the error bound mean, right? So for finding out the confidence interval we need the sample mean and EBM. We had already studied about the confidence interval in very detail in the previous videos, right? So I'm just not going to repeat that what it is actually. So I'm just letting you know that for finding out the confidence interval you actually need out to basically find out the sample mean and the error bound mean, that is EBM. Right. So now if I just ask you to find out the sample mean for this data, so I'm just gonna not going to show you that thing manually, that how to do that, because it is very much clear to you. And we had done this thing like I just say that we can just done this thing in each and every video of the questions. Right. So I would just find out the X bar and that will actually come out to be 8.2267. Right. Just find that on your own and just verify it using here. Right. That I have done. So after this basically what I can just say S is equal to 1.6722. Okay, and what about the N I have? N I have the value as 15, right? So these are the three things which I can find out from the data which I am given here, right? Now basically what I can just write here, we have discussed about the student state distribution, that is it is DF, right? DF is equal to, and that is N minus 1, right? This N minus 1. So N I am having the value as 15 and minus 1. So here I'm just getting the answer to be 14, right? That I have done. After that, what I just want to like find out is that, okay, I need to find out the confidence interval, 95% confidence interval. So basically from here I can just say that the confidence level is 0.95. I just need to find out the 95%, right? So what for basically converting that, I can just say out that is confidence level is 0.95, right? That I have done here. After that basically I would just write, so basically so alpha is equal to 1 minus CL. This is the formula which we had studied previously, right? We had already seen about this thing, that alpha is equal to 1 minus CL. This CL is basically my confidence level, right? So that would be, I would subtracting be here, so that is 1 minus 0.95. Okay, so the subtraction I would be getting here as 0.05. So that is the value for alpha which I am having here, right? Now if we just want to find out alpha by 2, so what I would be just doing, so alpha value is 0.05. I would just divide it by 2. So after that I'll be getting the answer as 0.025, let's say. Okay, this is the output that I would be getting here. Fine, right? And what we can even just find out from this alpha, so I can just write off G is equal to T alpha by 2, right? And that I can just give a value as 0.25, value like this, right? That is okay. Okay, just let me close it. Fine. These are the things which I can have from this data, right? Now, what I can just say from here is that, oh, okay, I can just say that the area to the area to the right, the area to the right of T of 0.025. Okay, just let me correct it if I have written. Okay, this point will not come here. Let me just quickly take out the eraser here and let me just erase this thing. And now again, let me quickly take out the red color from here. Right, and it is basically, it is 0.025. Okay, it is 0.025. Just take that. So the area to the right of T 0.025 is, that is 0.025, that we had find it out right now. Okay, and I would just write that, and the area to the, left of T of 0.025 is, and for that what I would just do is that I would subtract 1 minus 0.025. Okay, and that will basically result me the output as 0.975, right? This is the thing that I have just got out here, and I would just close it here. Let me come down even, right? After this, what I can just do here is that I can even take that T of, alpha by 2 is equal to T of 0.025, right? This was the value, and that is equal to 2.1. For now, you can just this thing calculate on your own. I'm just not going to tell you because we had already discussed this thing in a previous video. That is why always I recommend the videos to watch in a proper manner, because the questions which we are going to solve today and even in the further videos also, they will always contain some a previous concept as well. Okay, so always make sure to revise the previous concept and even just watch out all the videos in a proper manner, right? Now from here, if I just want to find out the error bound mean, so what is the formula for finding out? That is T of alpha by 2 and multiplication S upon under root of n, right? This is the formula which we have for finding out the error bound mean, right? So I have all the values now with me. Now basically I have all the values, right? Let me just come down here. Even let me start writing. So EBM is equal to, here I will just write EBM is equal to 2.14. For 2.14 I have the value, and I would just put one multiplication sign, and the value for S I was having 1.6722. Okay, and I would just having under root of n. So under root of n value, that was my sample size, that was 15 for me, right? So after calculating all of these things, whichever like we have written here, after the calculation of this, you are gonna get the answer as 0.924, right? You can just find out the answer and verify it from your side. So here if I just want to find out x bar minus EBM, if I just want to find out this thing, so I could just write 8.2267. This was x bar, right? The mean which we have found it above. Let me quickly go above and show you, right? You just have a look here, that is x bar. Okay, so that I have already found it. So x bar minus EBM, so just 8 minus 2267 minus, and right now I just found out my EBM, that is 0.924, right? So after the subtraction, you'll be getting the answer as 7.3. And if I just find out the x bar plus EBM, because the EBM is of the form x bar minus EBM, x bar plus EBM, right? So if I just do that thing, so again I would just write 8.2267, and instead of the minus sign, just put here plus, and the value will be same, that is 0.924. So here I would be getting the answer as 9.15. Okay, this is the answer that I would be getting. So what I can just see from here is that I can see the 95%. I can see the 95% confidence, the 95% confidence interval. I can see the 95% confidence interval is, and the values that I have got right now, it is 7.3, 9.15. So the confidence interval is x minus EBM plus x, x plus EBM, right? This is the form in which it is find out the confidence interval. So here I have just found it out that, so x minus EBM is 7.3 and x plus EBM is 9.15. So I just got that. So if I just want to write out the final estimation, for this thing. So what I can just add here is that we estimate with 95%, we estimate with 95% confidence, and I would just come down here. We estimate with 95% confidence that the true population, mean sensory rate. This was the thing that was asked in the question. Okay, sensory rate is between 7.3 and 9.15, right? This is the final estimation which I can just add on here, write up, that we estimate with 95% confidence that the true population mean sensory rate is between 7.3 and 9.15. And this was the thing that we were asked to solve here, right? That means what we need to do is that we need to use the sample data to construct a 95% confidence interval for the mean sensory rate for the population, right? This was the thing that we need to do. So firstly, we had quickly find out the mean. After that, we had found out the S and then the N. Right after that, I simply found out the DF. So from that, I can just find out the confidence interval. And for after the confidence interval, I can find out the alpha value, that is alpha is equal to 1 minus CF. So after finding the value for alpha, I can just write it as alpha by 2, and there I can just find the value for T. So the area to the right of T 0.025 is 0.025, and the area to the left of T of 0.025 is 1 minus and is 0.025, that is basically 0.975. After that, I've just found that after that it was my last stop to find out the EBM, that is my error bound mean. So I can just write T of alpha by 2 multiplication S upon under root of N. This is the formula that we actually follow for finding out the EBM, right? So I just done that thing. After that, I even needed to find out the confidence interval. So my main motive was to find out the confidence interval, right? So I have just done that thing. Here I have found out the confidence interval, that is x bar minus EBM, x plus EBM. And here I simply write out the last writer, which is we estimate with 95% confidence that the true population mean sensory rate is between 7.3 and 9.15. Right? So I hope this must be very clear to you that how you can just like solve a question using the student state distribution and the confidence interval and the EBM concept. Right? So this is all for this video. Till then, thank you and take care.